Good morning, beautiful people. Nick from Comic Culture here, joined with Eric from 9 Panel Grid. Eric, what's going on this beautiful Sunday morning, man?
Oh, just stretching, waking up, getting my coffee. Can't be happier to be here with you, though. So thank you
Yeah,
for
I'm
inviting
sure
me.
at 7 a.m. That's awful nice of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, because of you and others in the past, this show is happening this morning. So because it's been a really busy week and weekend, and I thought it was Sunday yesterday, so I totally would have missed the show otherwise. So I appreciate you reminding me of all that good stuff. So thanks again for that.
Got to keep that award season rolling. So this is an award-winning show. So I
It
mean,
is
how
an
could I
award-winning
let you?
show.
Yeah, finish. Gotta get it scheduled. Got to get it out there.
It's an award-winning show, despite how bad it is, and no, and how inconsistent it could be if I wasn't surrounded by people that knew my schedule more, and I did. So that's great. So, join us, guys. So we're going to be doing a couple little housekeeping items real quick. Eric, I want you to shout out some of your stuff that you've been putting out lately because you have a new show that just came out. I believe it was just posted a little bit ago as well. So, can you go over what's going on your channel, man? What do you cover? What's your new show? What's that all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So 9 panel grid, very similar to things like you do. I got my weekly comic book thoughts that just dropped this morning, in fact, at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific time. I'm sorry, Eastern time. But
Mhm.
the new show that I got coming out here is called The Cover Story. And what that is it's kind of just a really quick look at the top news items of the week, the top variants, hardcovers, trade paperbacks, the things that I don't necessarily go over when I'm just talking about the weekly floppies that come out each and every week. So get you ready to see what's coming out in your stores, get you pumped up for all the crazy stuff that is coming out on the news cycles. And yeah, hopefully is just a tool that you can use to get yourself ready for every single Wednesday when you hit that LCS.
Yeah, what I'm really excited for, and you guys are doing a really good job of this. You're doing a good job on your own channel and with Stu, and I come in once in a while with Ink and Insights. Is like there's a lot of reviewers out there. There's a lot of people telling you their opinions on the movies and the comics that are coming out and all this kind of stuff. But like, there's also there's a gap there for other things, right? There's a gap
Hmm.
for other perspective on just comics is such a broad thing, right? And so it's really cool to have some thoughts on some really niche areas in that realm. And I think you're doing a great job on cover story covering some events and some new things coming out, and then Ink and Insights, of course, is just like an incredible platform for our creative output. I would say whether it's our humor or just the things we want to talk about. But what's going on with Ink and Insights, especially with the newsletter and stuff, man? We've been doing
Yeah,
some cool stuff over here.
similar to what we talked about with May's comic books, it was a fun month, and this is our outlet to just have fun. It's not just about the reviews and opinions and whatnot, like you were talking about. This is a creative outlet for us to kind of, I don't know, spread our wings a little bit, try different things,
Yeah.
put out all the interviews that we're having with these incredible, creators. It's really just a totally different facet than what you're going to be seeing on the YouTube side of it. So yeah, www.patreon.com/ink and insights for all kinds of zaniness. You're also going to get previews for all of the Wednesday shows for the Ink and Insight show. So you'll see all the slides
Mhm.
that we're going to be rocking with and what we're, issues we're going to be covering that particular day. So it's
Yeah.
free. It's great, in my personal opinion. So, everyone should check it out.
There's no reason not to. And we've been working on the newsletter for quite some time. We have 2 issues out officially right now. The latest one's featuring Mark Russell. We had the interview with him early last year.
Hmm.
So we're reusing some of that content as well. But we have a lot of other little areas in here. Studio space is one of my favorite ones. I love that. Stu's doing a great job of reaching out to these creators and getting some pictures of their actual studio space, the tools that they use, some of the inspiration that they have. So that's a really cool thing. I love
Yes.
that segment. It's probably one of my favorite ones. And then, of course, we have some original artwork as well from yourself on here featuring the Council of Stews, which is awesome. You did such a great job on this, and we're just kind of, I guess, continuing that storyline, I suppose, that Madi started for us. But
Yeah,
hell of a
blame
job
Marty.
here. Hell of a job here, man. Good job.
Thank you. It definitely gave me a whole new appreciation for the for getting a page out for one of these artists on comic books. So
That's funny.
look for some positive art reviews in my comics from moving forward for sure.
For sure. I can't wait to win a coin toss and get this original art from you. Um, So yeah. So previews, newsletters, cool stuff over at Ink and Insights on the Patreon. Again, it's free, so check that out for sure. And then check out Eric for waking up at 7 a.m. to do this talk with me. Go check out his channel. Got the cover story and the poll list. Got you covered on all aspects of the comic book world over there. So I appreciate that. Thanks for letting me put you to work first thing. What's up, Doc? Thanks for coming in. Yeah, it's what's for breakfast for sure. I already had my breakfast. What did I have? Bacon? No, egg and cheese croissant sandwich with some coffee. That's what I made this morning.
Ooh, nice.
Yep. Actually, awake for this one. Need coffee. Absolutely.
We're right there with you.
All right, so this is the comic book look ahead. So if you're new to the channel, a lot of subscribers lately, if you're new to the channel, what we do is at the last Sunday of each month, we go through while we're still waking up and look at the upcoming month, week to week, right? So Eric and I are going to be going through League of Comic Geeks. If you don't know League of Comic Geeks, there's a link pinned at the top of the comment section. You can check out my video for that. It's old, but it's still valid. It still has all the key points that you need. We're going to go through week to week, talk about the books we're interested in, and then in the comments, this is the most important part, let us know what you're interested in that week as well, and so we can have a discussion on what kind of updates we need to make on our poll list. So that's the objective here. Go to League of Comic Geeks, go to new comics on the side over here, and then drop down to June 4th. We're going to start over there. I recommend Opera browser because it has a built-in pop-up blocker, so Chrome sucks with this site, so don't use Chrome unless you want to be clicking a bunch of ads the whole time. So or Opera is the best one there. So we're going to kick that off here in a second. Comic Patrol, good morning. Thanks for coming in as well. All right, dude. So let's go through, let's turn variants off because it's just going to take forever. Let's just do that, even though we covered backstage that Ian Bertram does not have a variant coming out for quite some time, if at all, in the foreseeable future.
I'm not sad. It's fine. It's fine.
He could take his break and work with Darcy on some stuff. That's fine with me.
That's true. That's true.
So let me kick us off on the first row. We'll go a little bit quicker through here, but I would say that the ones I'm most interested in, Absolute Superman has been great. I think it's a solid third or second place, or no, probably third place spot right now in the Absolute universe for me. Wolverine is pretty good too. It has some issues that are kind of bummer, but some of them are really good. Ultimate Wolverine has been decent. Absolute Green Lantern is probably in that fourth or fifth place spot. Absolute wise, I'm not reading X-Men and ASM. I'm hanging on to ASM because at least the art is good. The story's fine, but I really hate reading better Spider-Man stories in Elseworld or limited series. Right? I want the best Spider-Man book to be in the proper book, but it's just not. But I'll keep reading it and seeing what's going on. So for me, Absolute Superman, Wolverine, Green Lantern, and ASM. What about you, man? What's this row looking like?
I'm really surprised that you're still on Green Lantern. I felt like you had a harder time with that book than I did. And I usually will give something at least 3 issues to get that point where it gets a hook. I dropped Absolute Green Lantern. I could not.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I'm an Al Ewing fan. So that one hurt. That one just hurt a little bit. I liked the premise so much, and the execution just seemed like it just could not hit for me. But enough with the negative. Absolute Superman. I would argue it's my number 2 Absolute book right now, only because it's had a longer runway than a certain other book has. That would probably end up being my number 2, but right here and right now, I think it's just had more time to do fun things with maybe not our character, but our world. So that one's definitely doing it for me. Ultimate Wolverine, I'm a Chris Condon fan. I'm a mark for him. And then Amazing, I'm basically the same stuff. Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I like it when Itsy Bitsy isn't there. I think it's perfectly fine. I have no history with that character, so it's just not quite hitting for me. But it's better than it has been, so I'll take progress.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, decent row up front. Nothing will blow you away. Superman is my favorite one up here for sure.
Yeah,
but yeah. Simpleton says the same thing. I had 4 Condon books to read this week. Yeah, that's true. Didn't he do he did Goddamn Tragedy. He's doing so many things. I see his name a lot.
Yeah, well, oh gosh. Now Green Arrow, Ultimate Wolverine. There's gotta be something else I'm missing too.
Is he doing that like Alcatraz book? Who's doing the Alcatraz book?
No, that's Christopher Cantwell.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
very similar names. Yeah, Chris's. Yeah. All right, let's keep things rolling. You want to kick us off on this row? What are you looking at? What are you interested in?
Sure. Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion looks pretty cool. It's Miles Morales' reintroduction to this new Ultimate Universe, and I'm sure that's going to be a little interesting, and it's cool that they have not only Dennis Camp writing the event. I think he's kind of spearheading it, but we also have Cody Ziegler, the main
Ziegler.
writer on the
Mhm.
Miles Morales book, who that book is such a bummer for me because it's actually a really well written book when it's
Yeah.
not bogged down with other books garbage, and that just seems to be what it had to deal with over and over and
Oh
over.
yeah.
Yeah, this has a lot of great variants on there too, including Kari Andrews.
Yeah.
I'm gonna pick up Daredevil. I'm gonna read
Sure.
Daredevil. Will I talk about Daredevil? I don't know yet. Well, time will tell. Poison Ivy has been awesome. I love that story. It's just such the it's such a weird thing to say. It's like the everyman's comic book, though. It's not bogged down with superhero stuff, but it still has the high drama. It still has all of the
Right.
zaniness, minus the capes and cowls.
Yeah.
Um, I think you're reading Batgirl. I'm not reading that one, and I'm sticking around on Immortal Thor. I'm going to see how it ends because they have a big relaunch coming up. So I'm going to stick around until the end of the run here and see how they put a bow on it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll definitely be reading Ultimate Spider-Man Incursion #1 just to see how Miles even gets there.
Yeah,
Because if I remember his pass to get there, he like threw it away or something like that. So we got to figure out how he's going to get there. Daredevil I haven't been reading. Poison Ivy I've been touching base with. I like it. So I'll try to read it when I can coming through, depending on the week. Batgirl, I am going through Batgirl because I like the character and I like the backstory, and I'm learning a lot about Lady Shiva. And it's a pretty good book. It's definitely a book that, like, if it's a busy week, we'll see kind of a book.
yeah,
But I've kept up with it so far, so I don't want to break the streak. You know what I mean? And then Immortal Thor, I started it, but it just wasn't something for me, so I dropped that one pretty
yeah. Hear
quick,
that?
like on issue 2 or 3 or something like that. So that's all good. What's up, Stu? You getting ready for work,
Stu.
bud? What's going on this morning? Thanks for coming in. Hope everyone's having a good weekend indeed. Yep.
Yep.
Cool
He's probably in that
guys.
walk-in freezer as we speak.
Yeah. You can join us live from the closet again. That's fine. I'll kick us off on this row over here. So Imperial issue #1, that's going to be an interesting one. Jonathan Hickman on this. I'm always up for anything new from Jonathan Hickman. Lately, you don't quite know what flavor you're going to get of Hickman, so I'm a little bit cautiously optimistic with this one. So we'll see what it's all about and go from there. 56 pages, $6.99. So I'm sure there's going to be people saying it's a $7 comic. Well, it's more than twice as long, so we'll see.
Yep.
So be prepared for those comments. But we have Vincentini on here as well. It's going to be an interesting book. So I'm always interested in whatever Hickman's putting out. Other than that, I'm not really reading any of these. But Birds of Prey, no. Storm, I was in and out of. I think I read issue like 7 maybe, or 6, 7, something like that. Brother
Okay.
Voodoo. And then I dropped off of that. I don't know. And then JSA and Radiant Black, I'm not keeping up with either. So
Yeah,
what's
I
this,
never
what's
even
this
gave
look
those
like?
a chance.
No, me neither.
Yeah. Imperial, at least at the very least, it's the jumping off point for a new Jonathan Hickman idea, right? And that
Right.
gets me excited because I think the things where they felt a little bit lackluster, it's because the premise was lackluster. It wasn't ever supposed to be this earth-shattering, world-changing thing. This
Yeah.
is him going into the cosmic universe and saying, "Well, now this is my sandbox, so I'm going to mess with
Mhm.
things."
Yeah. It'll be good.
Yeah. Storm, I'm heavy on Storm. I think it's Marvel's one of
Mm,
the best, if not the absolute best book. I'm digging
really?
that one. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really good. Mirway Ayodele, the writer, is just never had any experience with him in the past. And new writers usually they stumble a little bit and they have to find their footing. Doesn't feel like that for me with Storm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they hit the ground running and they're playing with big ideas, and that gets me hyped.
Hmm. Yeah. Nothing for JSA or Radiant Black though.
No, nothing for those, unfortunately.
I like this cover. It's a very, homage kind of a cover, right?
Oh
It's got
yeah.
some legacy behind it. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, Silver Age classic looking.
For sure. What about this row up here? I'll let you kick it off. Anything up here? I know
Oh
at least
man.
one, right?
Yeah, I was gonna say you give me the row with the one book to rule them all. The moon is following us, man. This is the end. This is our journey is
Yeah.
over. All right. And we're gonna see what that means because they're still not in a good way. There's still a lot of peril that they're gonna have to face. Maybe not so much from the daughter's perspective, from one of the parents, though. So this is
Yeah.
gonna be pretty cool. We
Yeah.
all know what Daniel Warren Johnson is capable of with his stories, specifically
Mhm.
his endings. So yeah, I'm here. I'm ready. I got the tissue box ready to rock and roll here to wipe the tears away. because it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Nothing else up here though.
Absolutely nothing else.
Yeah, me neither. Moon is following us. I was reading Lord Kenny Wolverine, and then it just got too like, I don't know, derivative and repetitive with other books, and
Yeah,
just I
Psylocke
just
2, Electric Boogaloo.
exactly.
Mhm.
And Psylocke was just drawn better and written better, and I don't know. I can go on
Yep.
for days about how disappointed I am with some of these like B-level characters in their solo books, but that's fine with me. Christine is in the house. What's going on?
Hey.
Moderator extraordinaire. Thanks for coming in. Good morning to you. Yeah, and just like you, Moon is following us is the only one that I'm really interested on this row up here, as my cat leaps out in a panic for no reason at all.
She didn't like those books either, apparently.
Yeah. She's like, that's a crap week. All right.
Yeah.
So over here, man, I was giving Doctor Strange of Asgard a try. I liked the first issue. I hated the second issue. I think I read the third issue and I was like, this is stupid. I don't know what's going on. So I never kept up with that one. Other than that, I'm not reading any of these books except for Jedi Knights. And issue 3 was kind of a step back. It was kind of
Uh-oh.
pointless. Issue 1 and 2 were great, right? And then issue 3 was fine, but issue 3 was like, we got to save the person that's crash landed on the planet that's dangerous. It's like the Savage Land, and they crash land and they are evading like a giant kaiju. It didn't do anything for the story. And if it did, it was in the last page, and it was so small that it was just setting up something, it wasn't resolving or adding more. So that's not how issue 3 usually works, right? So I was going into that issue with like, oh, we're going to learn about the villain and the motives and the reason and like where we're going to go. And it was kind of a sidestep. And I'm like, well, that was weird. That's not how that works. So I don't know if they don't know how comics work from a pacing perspective, but it just didn't do it for me. I'm going to keep reading it though, because I really liked 1 and 2. And I like liking a Star Wars book. So I'm glad it's out.
That's a good feeling. I read the first new issue of the relaunch of the Star Wars proper book, and man, I was ready to like a Star Wars book too.
I was ready as well. I read that. I'm like, it has all the characters we love. It's just not a good story. So
yeah. That's a hard sell for me for any kind of Star Wars comic, unfortunately. I do hear good things about Star Wars Jedi Knights, though. This row is a complete like pass.
Oh, you're saving some money. So there you go.
Yeah, exactly.
Stu reminding us that Heroes is so close. Let us know if you're going to Heroes down in the comments as well.
What's that? We haven't been talking about that for 11 months now.
Yeah, talking / overly obsessing. How about that one?
Yeah.
Yeah, surprised to see Riley Roswell on one of them. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that happens, man. That happens when you debris. Yeah. So it's really weird that even happens. Like a book will start, it'll get 3 issues and it'll just disappear. And you're like, what happened to it? I don't know.
Happens to the best of them. Cough, cough. Black Monday murders. Cough, cough.
Picture of Everything Else. Radio Apocalypse.
It breaks my heart every time that's mentioned.
All right, this row's bad as well. I'm going to skip that one because you don't have anything there. Oh, wait, you kick us off there. What's going on in this row? I know, again, 1 book probably.
No, 2 books. Resurrection Man is the obvious one. It's a fantastic book. That's a joy to read every single time that you get that in your hands. I love flipping through the pages on that. The World to Come, though. Marvel Knights, A World to Come, written by Christopher Priest and artwork by Joe Quesada, one of my absolute favorite comic book artists. I wasn't going to pass this up. Previous, EIC at Marvel, for God's sake. Kind of crazy. It's been, we're talking about the first week in June, and we have 3 Marvel event books that have come out. What's happening right now?
And they would have done 4 if they could, but
no kidding. So yes, I'm a little bit hyped about this. I'm always gonna have a soft spot for Marvel Knights, the imprint, the brand, because it's kind of what got me back into comic books, transitioning from like being a child appreciator to a teenage appreciator, and it kind of almost kept me on that trajectory for the greater part of my life.
Yeah, I agree then. Yeah, I forgot about that World to Come. So we have Resurrection Man and World to Come. Not reading Scorch. I tried Atom Project and Secret Six. I'm just not into it. So those 2 books will be on my radar for sure over there. We got Marcus in the house right now.
Hey,
I like the stream. Good, man. I appreciate it. Hit that like button. Thanks for the reminder.
Did you comment and subscribe?
Comment and subscribe. Love the hair looks and Storm. Good stuff. Yeah, it's really cool. Dude. And speaking of hair, Cold Day in Hell, that Miller-esque vibe for Elektra, man.
Ah,
When you said, look, the hair looks good, I'm like, that's what my brain went to immediately.
I didn't realize that was a fetish book so much, but it's all hair and feet apparently.
Yeah, apparently. All right. I don't know. Did you kick us off on this one? Yeah. So I'll kick us off on
Yes.
this next one. Real American
Have fun.
Hero. Yeah. All right. Next week. Real American Hero is a book I wish I didn't drop, and I say it every time. So, but we're 15 issues into me having dropped it, so I'm not going to go back and read it. It was good, but then we had the Energon stuff coming out, and I'm like, I'm not going to read 2 GI Joe books for whatever stupid reason. So I dropped it, but I liked it, which is the bad part. Thunderbolts, no, or Thundercats rather, no, not reading that one. Justice League King Kong 2. Oh no, I remember the first time.
Well, wasn't it just versus Godzilla at that point? Now it's Godzilla and Kong versus the Justice League. Come on,
I bet it's gonna be a totally original story with no familiarity at all. Yeah, we'll see. And then Power Rangers Prime now, and then Ghost Rider vs. Galactus. I don't know if I ordered that one or not. Depending on the week, I might check it out, but I know I'm going to be heartbroken because most of the versus Galactus books that have come out, I just didn't like. But yeah, nothing really up here.
Yeah, same for me. Although I do hear people, like, similar to what you were saying, I hear people praise G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero quite
It's been good.
Yeah, I hear them talk about it. If you're looking for a proper review on that, I would recommend checking out the Comic Patrol, because I know he's loving that book. We got different flavors of different G.I. Joes depending on, what style you kind of dig. So that's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I got to edit that out. We don't solicit other people's stuff. Shout out to Comic Patrol. Yeah, one weekend of gambling left to get myself back out there again. Yeah, dude. Are you going to Heroes again? Let us know. It was good seeing you last year. So yeah, if you're going to Heroes, shout out.
Yeah, for sure.
See what's going on. All right, what about up here, dude? Anything?
Oh boy, what's happening? We definitely got all the good stuff. Nope. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Next week.
Yeah, like not even kidding. Yeah. Wow.
So Captain Planet of the Planeteers, like I liked issue number 1. It was a setup. It was a setup issue just to kind of get you oriented on the characters and Gaia and Captain Planet and put you in another time period and things like that. But it's basically the TV show modernized. So if you're in the Captain Planet, and if you were an 80s kid, who you probably were, so you can check that out. There you go. And then Kaya, of course, issue number 27, probably the best book, obviously, in the row, and one of the best ones we talked about so far. Issue number 27 is out. But other than that, I'm pretty much not getting anything over here.
Yeah, same thing. Kaya, digging it, loving it. Great book. Captain Planet and the Planeteers. I don't want to say I was pleasantly surprised, right? Because that makes it sound like I wasn't expecting it to be good. It was good, but like it had a tinge of leaning towards a more adult theme, I think, especially with like some of the characters and their representations.
It could get there.
Yeah, I'm excited to see kind of what direction they lean with that. But knowing what David Pepose has done with Space Ghost, it gives me a ton of confidence.
Yeah, that's exactly my thought too. I'm like, give him an issue to build. Once we set the foundation, we can do some crazy stuff. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good call out too. Captain Space Ghost has been incredible. I just wish they would switch over to Lunar.
Well, they need all that diamond money. They're looking for that 500,000. So
whatever. Up here, not a whole lot. Maybe Solomon Kane, but like I wasn't able to get 1 and 2. So there you go. What about you?
Yeah. Same boat. Solomon Kane is a firm maybe. And that's where we stand.
Yeah. And then as we go, I'm not reading Pop Kill. I know a lot of people are. I read the first one and I was like, okay, I get it.
I definitely pick it up for the articles, for sure.
I'm sure you do. Just like your Heat Seekers. Nothing else up here though.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, we're getting into the nitty-gritty.
I'm gonna start the slow crawl. Just shout out something if you see it. Okay, so nothing really up here for me.
Yep, keep going.
As we keep going. Plague House, maybe. I liked 1, 2 is okay. Plague House is a maybe.
Same here. Plague House, Slasher's Apprentice, Justin Richards of Finger Guns fame from a couple of years back out of Vaults. I liked issue number 1. That was pretty good. It did enough to make me want to pick up issue number 2 and see what's up.
I have the Finger Guns glitter variant, which is awesome. It was like an exclusive thing. I don't know how I got it. I don't know how rare it is, but like, they signed it and everything. It was really, really cool. So it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
You reading Monkey Meat too, right?
Yeah, I had a hard time finding issue number 2 though, so or I'm sorry, not issue 2, issue 3. So I might be on the back burner on that one, trying to play catch up a little bit. But it's a weird, wacky book, man. It's not going to be for everyone, but
Interesting.
yeah, it's pretty wild, and the artwork is really great.
Mark is still on Wind. That's cool. I tried Wind, the first volume, and I didn't get very far. Maybe it was the second volume. I think I didn't read the first or whatever it was, but there was a relaunch again a couple of years ago. I got into that number 1, and I'm like, I really want to go back and start from the beginning, and I just never did. So it was a book I tried, but I couldn't follow through. I'm glad you still like it though.
Yeah, totally.
That's
I got
cool.
through 2 volumes of it. It's good. It's got that young adult tinge to it. It's going to be great for a lot of different age groups.
Yeah. Yeah. We have Phable in the house, one collection down. Good morning,
Hey.
everyone. Thanks for coming in, bud. Appreciate you. We're going to keep going. Nothing over here for me.
No, moving along.
Nope. And no, I think we're getting towards the bottom here.
Yeah. No.
Yep.
No.
Oh, yeah. We're getting some good stuff now. Okay. In the interest of time and rolling the odds on we might find something, I'm going to go to the next month or next week rather over here. Week of the 11th. I'll kick us off. Absolute Batman. I'm excited for the Bane arc for sure. I like I like how the Freeze arc ended, but I'm really excited for the Bane arc. So that's going to be fun. The Ultimate X-Men I dropped a long time ago. I think you're still on it. We can get into that here in a sec. And then Transformers, I'm digging a lot. Winding down that Daniel Warren Johnson arc. That's going to be interesting to see where it goes. I love that. What is it? Shredhead featured on the cover. That's pretty cool. And then Action, I'm kind of in and out of, honestly, just depending on what's going on that week. And then Black Panther, I dropped a long time ago. But so some interesting things. Absolute Batman and Transformers being my top ones over here.
Yeah, I'm picking up everything except for Action. I haven't picked up Action since Mark Waid had his initial run with Clayton Henry on there when he went into the Phantom Zone and kind of fixed everything. After that, I kind of had to drop it. There's whatever, just too many books, right? And if you're getting something with that character already, it makes it, you got to pick the best one, basically. Absolute Batman, that's going to be interesting, especially because the creator of the character of Bane is all butthurt over the fact that he looks different than the way he created him. Well, whatever. It's the absolute, it's the absolute universe. So deal with it. I'm ready for this.
Yeah, right. Like that's the point of the absolute universe, is to be a little bit different.
Yeah, exactly. I am still on Ultimate X-Men and Ultimate Black Panther. I will say that I think if you are reading Ultimate X-Men, it probably reads better in the trade. There's just not enough that happens in a single issue that makes it an enjoyable experience month over month. But I think a trade waiting experience might be the right route to go with that one. Still think it's really cool though. They're definitely amping it up to kind of start that battle between the children of the Atom Cult versus our core group of schoolgoers.
Yeah. And I naively didn't think that these books would go that long. So when I started, I got all the Ultimate books, I was reading them, and then I started realizing, I'm like, oh, these are ongoings. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't know if I want to read, and I wasn't really enjoying all of them. And I'm like, I don't think I'm going to read all of these books as in an ongoing format. I kind of like knowing that it's a little bit finite. So I know that we're going to get to somewhere quickly, and we have to, within 6 issues or 12 or whatever it might be.
Exactly.
So there's that. That's why I dropped that one. Near Zero is over here packing, moving cross country. Wow, that's pretty cool. To an area with a lot of local comic shops. That's awesome, man. Picking up single issues would be a lot easier. That's pretty cool.
Heck yeah, love that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, well, safe travels. Hopefully you don't forget your toothbrush and deodorant. And safe travels and good luck with the move and getting oriented to where you're going, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. Okay. I'll kick us off over here. One World Under Dune number 5. I had a hell of a time with issue number 4. I know you didn't receive it as well, but
I was about to say,
you shat on that book hard, man. I was like, wow, it was my pick of the week, and then you were like, this book is not that great.
Horses for courses, different opinions for different books. That's why
you need to subscribe to both channels and get both opinions, whether you like them or not.
Yeah, exactly.
If you read mine, and you're like, that book sucked, go over to Eric's and he probably liked it. That's just the way it works. Something's Killing the Children. I'll begrudgingly, I'll keep reading it. I think Frizen's off at this point,
I
but
was
we
gonna
have
say, so
some.
you're still okay.
I don't know, man. I'm on the fence now that Frizen's not doing the covers, and some of those covers were kind of to be honest with you. But I might keep reading it. I don't know. I'm intrigued, but I think like Ultimate X-Men, it reads better in a trade, especially when they're just like going to a small town motel and dealing with local police and having some kid that's annoying walking around and having phone conversations for 2 pages, and then there's a monster that shows up for in a flashback for a panel and a half, and then it goes back to talking again, and it's just like, oh my god, can we, let's move on.
I think the
um
book would be infinitely better if, like Spawn, every time he uses his power, he has that counter that goes down until he basically is like has no more power. I want like a children counter. How many things are truly killing the children? I want to see that ticker go down and down and down every single issue.
you need the alien ammo counter, is that what you're saying? Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, there we go.
Yeah, we got a video game this. TMNT number 9, what a great book. Wand on the art is probably my favorite thing about it. The story is interesting. We're going to be evolving over time, seeing how the brothers can get back together and figure stuff out. They're against the wall like they always are. And then I'm not reading the rest. I was reading Magic, but I fell off because I just have problems with how they write these kinds of characters. And it's not the character, it's just the way they're written. But yeah, so Doom, Something to Kill Children maybe, and TMNT.
Yep, you got one more than I do. I'm gonna begrudgingly continue with Doom, even though things ended in such a blah way in issue number 4. But Jason, Aaron, kudos to you. You get a little cheers. Clink, you won me over, man. Great job. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles after that introductory arc has been extraordinary.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yep.
Kick us off over here. I know there's at least a couple.
Oh yeah, you hit the nail on the head here. Exceptional X-Men. There's been a ton of cancellations. This one's still going. Hey, so it must have a readership, and kudos to them as well. If you're enjoying it, keep on it. That's great. Batman Dark Patterns, I'm definitely going to be picking up. I think this is the jumping off point for the next villain arc, right?
This should be the first book of the Case 3. Yep.
Case 3. Yeah, there we go.
Old Gangs of Gotham.
Cool. So we're going to see what this is all about, who he's going after. Yeah, come on. Dan Waters, Hayden Sherman. Shout out to Frank Vetkovic, the letterer. Letterers don't get a lot of love, right? The lettering on this book really pops in a big bad way. It really makes it a better experience. Geiger, come on, it's Geiger. We ended off with a world-ending threat in the previous issue. We're going to see how that plays out here. So I'm definitely on board for it. Well, yeah, what are you reading though? What are you still on World Tree? You still digging that?
No, I dropped off World Tree on like issue 4. Yeah, I couldn't take it. There's just too many characters, and I couldn't remember which one slept with which one. And I'm like, this isn't the point of the book, but I can't help but focus on it, So
you got that. Well, you got that corkboard that's totally free from precious metal now, though. All you got to do is connect the strings.
Yeah, but now it's full of soul wind timelines, and I'm trying to figure out.
Okay.
Wait, he was her daughter. That was the father of the girl, but then he was over here. I'm trying to. My precious metal board has been painted over with soul wind timeline analysis. So
good Lord, somehow I'm my own grandfather.
Exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on for sure. Definitely recommend that one. Check out Scott Morris on that. But yeah, Dark Patterns and Geiger are my main ones up here. Not reading the rest of them. Yeah, that's every Titan book. Yeah.
Don't give away our secret. God.
Don't give away the pattern, Patrol. Yeah, it's not a Titan book unless it has 15 characters and half of them have slept with each other. Yeah.
Oh man.
So Phoenix number 12. I think we had very similar opinions on the previous issue, so we'll get into that here potentially. But Aquaman's been solid. I like Star Wars. I'm glad I like an Aquaman book, and it's a proper book as well. It's not some absolute thing, although it's an all-in tie-in. So be that as it may, he has his own thing. He's dealing with his own stuff and everything, so that's great. Death of Silver Surfer, just for the trade dress alone, like,
dude, I know, right?
It's so good. And there's also, I thought there was some other, there's a hidden gem variant. There's a lot of great covers for this one. The
Treadmore.
This is the one that I was waiting on the FOC. I was waiting for the reveal of it because I was like, well, it's Treadmore. It's going to be good, but I just want to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But and it's awesome, and I love it. And he's going to be at Heroes. It's going to be great. but I just really love this main cover.
Yeah,
It's
DK
just so
Ruin
cool.
did a great job on that one.
This dividing like panel border almost, you know what I mean, with like the blood on it. It's very ominous. It's sad. It's foreboding. There's a dichotomy to it. It's awesome.
Yeah,
So
great
good.
design, great composition on it.
Yeah. Other than that, I'm not reading Deadpool or Green Lantern Corps. So basically, maybe Phoenix. I don't know if I'm going to read it. I don't
I
want
am
to.
I'm right there with you, dude. I am very confident, unless it's a super light week, it's getting dropped.
Right. But just the
Sorry.
two. But yeah.
Yeah. Aquaman, though, I would say that it's better than solid.
Yeah.
It is such a really good superhero adventure style book. It's Jeremy Adams doing what Jeremy Adams does best, I think. So
Yeah.
if you dig on his writing style and you're not picking up Aquaman, because let's be honest, there's not like Aquaman is kind of like the Daredevil of that universe. Like he has a core group that are like so hardcore, but he's not like
Yeah.
the best known character. So I mean, maybe it's time to give Aquaman a chance because it's definitely doing it for me.
Yeah. And shout out in the comments, like if you know of a must read Aquaman book, throw it in the comments. I'd be interested to know what that book is. Even if it's an arc or whatever, a tie-in to whatever, because I'd like to know a little bit more. Let's keep things rolling. What about this row up here? Anything for you?
Ooh, good lordy. Oh boy. Robin and Batman, Jason Todd. I'll give that one a shot. It's the same team that did the previous Robin and Batman mini, but that was based on Dick Grayson's character. Now this is the Jason Todd version. So we get Jeff Lemire, we get that painterly quality that Dustin Nguyen brings to the book. So
I was gonna say it looks like Win. Yeah. Okay, got it. Cool. Win's doing the cover too, right? That looks like Win.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I would assume so. It has to be, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, Lemire dabbles, but his that's not his style. Yeah.
No way. Yeah.
These
Batman would be crying if he was, drawing it as well.
Here's the Lemire variant. You could tell immediately. Okay, got it. Got it. Yeah. That's cool. Yeah. Anything else up here?
That is well, I might check out New Avengers #1.
Yeah.
Which was previously the Thunderbolts. I'll check it out. I will try. It's a new #1, so you gotta, give it a shot.
I'm with you. Just those two books, really. Supergirl had left such a bad taste from issue #1 that I'm like, I don't even want to give #2 a chance. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't the same.
It's a take. It's a take. I'll give it that much. It's definitely going for something unique and different than what we've gotten very recently with the Supergirl character. So kudos for having a unique vision.
Yeah, I think if you like old Supergirl books, it reads like that. So if you're into that, but yeah, just forget about everything you've read about Supergirl recently, as far as like the toughness, the grimness, the seriousness of it. Throw all that out the window and just kind of go back to the old school Supergirl books, and that's what you're going to get there so far in one issue. Who knows? Maybe it'll change. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's a take. Yeah, for sure. Check out Peter David's Aquaman stuff. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's my only.
Aquaman. Okay, got it. Atlantis Chronicles, phenomenal, interesting. I appreciate that. Thank you. I might try to add that to my list. That was Black Label, wasn't it? You talk about Supergirl? It's all in. It's an all in book.
Oh, I think he might be referring to the Tom King.
I don't think Woman of Tomorrow was Black Label, was it?
I think it might have been. Well, maybe I don't know. It was definitely kind of sort of out of continuity. It was at the very least it was its own thing.
Yeah. I'd have to look it up. I'm not gonna do that now though. Let me go out of here. Back to the 11th. Then variants, reprints, annuals. Yeah. Whenever you click here's another lessons learned. Whenever you click off of something on your page, it kind of resets everything. So yeah, Woman of Tomorrow. I don't know. I don't remember seeing a Black Label title on there, but whatever. We can, you can look that up and fact check us. It's definitely a different take, which I liked.
Yeah.
Over here, Star Wars #2. I might read it just because I want to try it again, I guess. I just didn't like #1. We kind of covered that already.
Yeah. I'm interested in that time in the universe. We finally have something like, we have no idea what's going to happen besides the little tidbits that we've gotten from the Mandalorian show. So
right.
It has my interest. Like, you can totally get me. Just make it a good book.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And Giant Size Amazing Spider-Man. I think the Giant Size, what was that? X-Men that came out last week? Yeah, X-Men. I didn't even read it. So I'm
Oh,
probably gonna
I thought it was pick of the week. I could have. No, okay.
no. So I'm probably gonna skip this one just because it's Giant Size as well. And I'm like, I don't know, man. We'll see. Whenever there's more than like 2 or 3 writers on it, I'm like, I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, because Nick, what's best in life? Is it Conan?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If I can get it. I'm supposed to be able to
Oh,
get this. They've switched to Lunar a while ago, so we should be getting
mhm.
Conan 21 in, and I cannot wait to get back into Conan. So
Yeah,
yeah, there you go. That's what I'm looking at.
yeah. It's absolutely 100% the same for me. It's Conan
Yeah,
all day for this row.
yeah,
But yeah, Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe one last time. Ugh. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. And there's so many vampires in the DC universe, I just can't keep up with them. So, give me
yeah. I'm surprised
Conan.
that's going still.
Yeah, sorry. Give me the big fun adventures that Conan gets to go in the Hyborian Age. I'll take that all day.
Yeah, for sure. All right, keeping it going. Yeah, kick us off here. What are you looking at?
Yeah, let's kick us off with this. Let's talk about all these. I got nothing. I got nothing. A-
I at
a-
least, I at least have Hello Darkness because
Whoa,
of
wait a
this
minute.
weird of the
Oh,
squid tongue.
oh, get it off the screen. Get it off the screen. I don't like that
Oh,
at
sorry, didn't
all.
mean to.
Oh my God. I mean, that's
Uh,
disgusting. That is so disgusting. But I thought you were still reading Falling in Love on the Path to Hell.
I am. I'm going left to right. Falling in Love in the Path to Hell is
Oh,
good.
okay.
It's been delayed a little bit. It felt like it took a couple of months to get 7. Now it took a couple of months to get 8. So I'm a little bit worried about that.
Who's on the
Uh,
cover there? That looks good.
which I clicked on it. Dang it. I think it's Brown on the. I think. I can't tell. Let me go off of it and
Does it
cover.
say? Yeah, cover artist. Yeah, Brown.
Yeah, main. Yeah. Oh, John. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that's for that variant. So
Oh, that's for the variant.
mhm.
That's a dope variant though. That's cool.
That does look cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I still really like it a lot. The problem is it's like it's in a place where it can start ramping up to like this big war, but again, like the rollout schedule has been brutal for this. We had November and then we had March. So that's a huge jump in April, May, June. Then it's 3 months, and then we're in July, August, September. So we had to take a several month gap between the last couple of issues, but then we're kind of back on schedule
Yeah.
once we hit June, July, August, September. Hopefully that gave 'em enough time to complete the series.
Yeah. Unless they resolicit again. So who knows?
Yeah, that was kind of brutal, man. Yeah, I couldn't that really bummed me out that they were doing that, but it's okay. As long as it keeps coming out, that's fine.
Yeah, totally.
But that's good. But yeah, really it's just those 2 books. I might check out Runaways, maybe, I don't know, depending on how that week look. It's just a Marvel #1 with that kind of a cast. I'm just like, I'm not really
And
excited about it.
it's under the banner of an event. This has mini
Yeah,
series like all over it.
I know. I don't know. I don't want to get into that. Cool cover for Giant Size Dark Phoenix Saga, but I'm not going to read it, you know.
Yeah.
So,
Secretly, I think that book would
uh,
actually change your life, though. I bet it would.
pff, I'm sure it would. Yeah. What about this row up here? What are you looking at?
Oh, let's see here. Nothing's jumping out at me, to be honest. I did not read Blood and
Really?
Thunder, but I probably maybe could or should have, because I've heard
You
good things
you
about it.
didn't read that one?
I did not. No, I
Oh,
couldn't get my
I'd go
hands on
back
it.
and read it. I would read
Yeah,
it.
worthwhile.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I might check that one out. That's the only one that really jumps out at me. Trinity, who's writing Trinity? Daughter,
King.
is it King? Okay,
Yeah, King
I
on
gotta
this
give
one
that a
and
shot then.
Ortega's on the art. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I gotta check that one out then for sure.
Yeah.
Especially if it's going to be really integrated into the greater Wonder Woman story, which it should. But um,
Yeah. It's a
yeah,
mini series. Entering the timeline to find her father, which is confusing to me. Okay. Yeah, okay. Super Sons and their dogs. Crisis on Infinite Corgis.
oh god,
What's not to
okay,
love?
that sounds so not Tom King. That it almost kind of gets me intrigued. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I just want to check out the variants real quick and see. Oh, the
Some of those variants look cool.
Damn War is pretty cool. Yeah. 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 I'm I'm reading Trinity and Blood and Thunder for sure.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, the other
If
ones
I
I'm not.
have room, I'm gonna check them out.
Yeah, Blood and Thunder was really good. It's kind of like a silly, bounty hunter, Judge Dredd with a Judge Dredd weapon. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, totally.
Judge Dredd AI weapon in a way.
Oh God,
Over
no.
here, over here for me, like a Spider Girl, I just see these things coming out like every 6 months, like a new Spider Boy, Spider Girl, Spider Pig, and I just skip them all. And
I was gonna say,
I'm
didn't
sure
Spider Boy just get canceled?
probably, and it'll hit a top 10 on cover price, and I don't care, and then that'll be that. Um,
Yeah.
it'll be one of those books a year from now we forgot about. Who knows? But I don't know. Maybe. So, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there psyched for Spider Girl. Lost Fantasy #2. I like #1 a lot, so we're gonna keep going with that. Kirk Piers on that one. That's pretty cool. And then not reading the rest of them though.
Very much the same. Lost Fantasy. I heard that issue 1 actually just went into its 3rd printing when that's a book by kind of a lesser known, creative team. That's pretty
Mhm,
cool. So that must have resonated with people, and I think I can see why. I really dug the issue. So
mhm.
issue #2, I'm definitely going to be there for it.
Yeah, it had a mixture of a lot of cool fantasy elements to it. You're going
Yeah.
all kinds of directions. So it's something that could definitely build out. But I think it needs to hone in on like one story, a little, or like one element of the fantasy world, because it was kind of all over the place with a lot of different things. So we'll see. But it's a
Yeah,
cool cover.
exactly.
Keeping on here. What are you thinking here?
Oh boy, maybe Space Quest.
Maybe.
That is the only one here. Yeah. Again, like I mean the team up. I think Dynamite's they're doing something, right? I think they're trying to change the
Mhm.
narrative on who they are as a company. And I think it's kind of sort of working too. So
Yeah.
I would definitely check this one out here if I have room on the poll. It's definitely one of those books that's on the fence, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I didn't read #1 because it's a Dynamite book and I just couldn't get it. So I want to get it because I love Space Ghost. Johnny Quest I kind of fell off of around issue 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what this collaboration looks like. But yeah, I'm not reading anything else up here though.
Yeah, I don't know who I know Blood Type is a new #1 and Oni Press is they've been doing some pretty cool things here so far with yeah, I have no idea. Oh, well, Andrea Sorrentino I know, but I
Dave
have no
Stewart,
idea.
wow. And Karina, I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
Interesting. Doing an EC comic. Cool.
Yeah, that'll be a game time decision kind of book.
Yeah. I wonder if we might get a cover or two, a copy or two of this, but it's not on my poll.
Yeah.
We'll see. I'll kick us off here. Free Planet #2, man. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'll read it or not. I'm not entirely sure. I feel like I should, but #1, it felt kind of like homework. It was so
Yeah.
dense.
You're gonna need another vacation just to like make
I'm
the
gonna
time
need
to
another
finish
2
reading that book. Yeah.
I'm gonna need another 2 vacations back to back with 2 days in between to get ready for I have to read #1 again before getting to #2, and I don't wanna read #1 again. So I don't know if this might not make it, perhaps unfairly, just because of my own inadequacy there, but I don't know. But I'm not reading anything else up here though, other than I tried for Free Planet 1 and couldn't get into it.
Yeah. They really need to start looking into performance enhancing drugs for us comic book reviewers. We need something to kind of that might just actually be
That's what
space. Like
Adderall is, right? Isn't
yeah,
that what Adderall
exactly.
We're unlocking pop culture philosopher's secrets on Tuesdays when he reads 40 comics in a day.
Yeah, no kidding. The Umbrella Academy, though, I'm not sure what your history is with that, but that coming back and kind of finishing out the greater storyline, that's pretty cool. I'm definitely down for Gerard Way and Gabriel Ba's work on that series. So
I actually did get #1. I watched the whole show and I'm well versed in the first couple of stories.
mhm.
I think I got through Dallas, so I didn't get through all of it comic wise. I would love to get like a collected edition of each of the stories. I think there's what 3 or 4.
uh, I think this is the fourth or maybe the
Is
fifth.
this
Yeah,
one?
one of those two.
Yeah, I mean I know there's at least 3.
Yeah,
Um, and then I suppose there might be some spin-offs here and there. And then the Sparrow Academy / Umbrella Academy would, yeah. So I am picking it up if I remember correctly. So we'll figure it out. This is probably this is it right here. I was pumped for Free Planet. I couldn't finish it in multiple attempts. That's exactly it. it was very dense, and it took a long time. And you could tell there's great world building going on, and there's great artwork happening, but it was cumbersome. So if you like homework and you like dissecting things and figuring things out, I think you're going to really like Free Planet.
Yeah.
But it was in a week where I was just not ready to spend that much time with a book.
Yeah, for those
And
people
that's
that
just my fault. And that's the problem with being a reviewer. It's like you have to read, 15 books a week in what, 2 or 3 days. And then you get a book like that, and it takes you as long as it would take to read like 5 or 6 books. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah, the struggle is real. But yeah, if you're a perennial reader of things like J.R. Tolkien's, the Silmarillion, then this is right up your alley.
Exactly. What about this row over here? I don't see anything popping at me. What about you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're definitely into the slow crawl portion of the page, it seems.
Far Down Below has been pretty cool. I like that one. Speaking of Condon.
Yes.
I do like Far Down Below. It's a little bit silly. I don't know how much meat on the bone there is there, but I really like the characters. I have problems with the story, but I'm still having a good time reading it. I think it has a lot to do with the visuals, but I like Far Down Below.
Yeah, same boat. As soon as I knew what kind of book it was, because when I, saw Far Down Below, I'm like, ooh, this is going to be like gritty, and this is going to be like horror tension. It's like, no, it's the Goonies.
Adventure.
Yeah, it's like, okay, I guess it's the Goonies, and I'll take that, and I know what the assignment is now.
What did the grandfather eat for all those decades? We're not going to get into it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, apparently, based on how the interaction went. Yeah. That's funny. Okay. Jahina? Is that how you say that? I don't know. Yeah. Okay. I didn't know that one.
I have no idea what that is. Patrick Kindleton.
Naked Aggression, which is weird because I usually try almost all image number ones, especially, but I don't recognize any of these names though.
No, none whatsoever. But they were spotlighted in that. If you scroll up a little bit, they had the Image Anthology series that was going on. Yeah, the 30th anniversary. So this must have been something that they wanted to promote and pump out there. So it's got the backing of the publisher. Outside of just putting the book out, obviously. So.
Yeah, what are you talking about? Where's that stamp?
You see that?
Right here.
Yeah,
got it. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, they must want to put some backing behind it. I dig that. Ooh,
yeah, Patrol, Patrol, you got that one, didn't you? We know you did. Oh, Mateo's on the
that's what it is. Okay,
that's pretty cool.
If the price is right, I might hop on the Scalera train.
What's the rate? Oh, it's a 1 in 25, so ready to drop a 20 on it or whatever your shop does with those kinds of things. It's Sunday morning, sir.
Who needs coffee when you got that?
What about anything up here? Nothing's jumping at me.
I wanted to jump on the Torpedo 1972 train because of Eduardo Risso's artwork, but I never was able to get into it. And if you notice, we're solicited issues 5 and 6. That doesn't give me a whole lot of confidence with that book. So maybe I made the right choice.
Yeah, that could just be a league hiccup as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Ooh, whenever I see AWA, I always got to check it out. Purpose Project. Who's on this one? Oh, Donnie Hogan. Okay, I was like, wait, is this going to be another Russell or Kaplan or But I guess it's not. So we'll see what's going on there. But yeah, we'll slow crawl this. Just shout it out if you see something. I don't really see anything. Future is.
Nope.
High fantasy. All right. I think we're safe to move to the next one. How many weeks we got in this month?
I think we are at 4.
Okay, we're halfway. Let's kind of breeze through these a little bit quicker. Detective Comics, I'll check out. A new arc will be starting soon. Birds of a Feather. I'll check that one out. Absolute Flash is probably in that 5th place spot right now. So it needs to do something to really kind of get ahead of whatever, right? Or to really push itself away from where Green Lantern is. Ultimates 3.0. That's an interesting thing. The last issue was kind of a reset in a way, a reset on plan, perspective. all hands on deck kind of thing. That's kind of cool. And then I'm not reading Nightwing or World's Finest. What about you?
Yeah, I actually dropped off of Detective Comics, not because it was bad by any means. In fact, I think it's really good, but just, lack of time and lack
It
of
happens.
ability when there's already four other Batman books that I'm reading. Absolute Flash, right there with you. I'm sticking around. We'll see if the premise can pick up because I still don't know what the meaning of this book is. I don't know why I'm supposed to be reading it as of yet,
Yeah,
but it looks really nice.
it does.
Yeah, the inverse, Nightwing, the story is fantastic. The artwork totally takes me out of it. Ryan Sook just, he might be someone else's flavor. He's just not my flavor necessarily. So,
Yeah.
the story is really good though. Ultimate's third time is the charm. This is where they're gonna get it right. This is the team that's going to stop the Maker, maybe,
Yeah, right.
kinda, sorta. We'll see. But yeah, those are the books that I'm looking forward to though.
I think it'd be funny if the Maker pops out of his balloon and he comes in with an impossible to beat horde of things and it just rolls over the planet and kills everybody in one issue. I think that would be hilarious. And then
I
it's like,
would
now what do
be
you do? Now what do you
Yeah.
do?
It's cleaning the slate for Donny Cates to make his triumphant return to Marvel. Then he could do whatever he wants to in the Ultimate Universe
Well,
because it's
yeah.
empty.
Well, and this book is really just the vault, right? Just rewritten in a way.
Basically,
Like,
yeah.
so it's like the vault's going to open. It's going to be impossible to beat whatever's in there, and it's going to wipe over the planet.
Mhm.
Like that's how it's kind of being prepared to be. We have Dungeon Crawler Carl. Wow, yeah. Thanks for that.
You saved yourself. Good job.
In here, yeah, that's a combination of my dyslexia and being early in the morning with a half cup of coffee in my body. So there you go. Thanks for
Nice
coming in,
seeing you.
man. Oh yeah, Francavilla. Nightwing ends third issue arc. Here we go.
Okay. So there you go. Francavilla makes it worthwhile to make sure you pick that up then.
Yeah. Alton's remains a superior book. Oh, for sure.
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Yep. Yeah, I love Frank. Yeah, thanks for the heads up on that.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, rolling through. Why don't you continue it here? What's going on in this row?
ASM didn't. Oh, I guess it is on like that bi-weekly cadence. So yeah, it makes sense. We're
Is it
back on
really?
it. Yeah, which makes me kind of curious to see who the artist is on this because it looks like
Looks like
JR on
JR.
that cover.
JR's pencil and Scott's inking.
Okay.
Man.
That's what when you're looking for a pitch hitter for Pepe Larraz, the first name that pops into my head is definitely JR.
Oh God. Yeah.
Sometimes I get those two mixed up. I mean, in my reviews, it's so embarrassing. Yeah, so I'm still gonna be checking it out though. Wonder Woman for sure, loving that book. It's fantastic. I want to dip my toes back into Avengers. I got no good reason as to why I should want to do that, but something just is like calling me recently. So maybe it's gonna be time that I go check that out again.
Is it the
Maybe.
One World Under Doom header? Is it that?
No,
What
no,
that's doing it for you?
no, and maybe
That's
that's what I do. I
crazy.
wait until the event is over and see what the landscape of the Marvel universe is and like what the Avengers are really going to be doing at that point.
Sure.
I bet they're
Sure.
going to introduce a brand new super team of villains that are going to fight them for 6 issues, and then we'll rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Yep. I think you're right. Yeah,
Yeah.
ASM. I just got like my interest just plummeted for issue number 6, but we'll see.
Oh man.
Wonder Woman 22. I'll check it out. We had that little 2 issue break, so we're gonna be getting back to our main line, our main story. We'll see.
Yeah.
And I'm not reading anything else there though.
It will be hilarious though in ASM to see Pepe Larraz's his look at Peter, which looks like basically a 16-year-old boy, and then we're gonna jump to JR, and he's gonna look like a 45-year-old man.
A 45-year-old retired boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
He
I
just
can't wait.
perpetually has a broken nose,
Yep.
Yeah. Batman and Robin Year 1, number 8. Really excited about Year 1. It's been a really great series. Yeah, the great creative team on this one. It's one of those books that's going to be great, like in the collected format whenever it's done.
Yeah, I can't wait
yeah,
for that.
yeah, a nice little hardcover deluxe edition. Man,
Mm-hmm.
DC's got a lot of those kind of properties though that would be really good. Aliens vs Avengers number 4. Loved the premise of this book. It's definitely a Hickman book, minus the charts and graphs, but it has that vibe to it that I think we've been missing. Maybe not like 100% of the vibe, but it has a lot of complexity to it. And he touches on the alien lore a lot inside the book. So it's really great. Of course, New Gods has been spectacular. We're getting into some really interesting territory now. I don't want to spoil some stuff, but Justice League Unlimited is kind of heading in this direction. So we're going to be seeing a really cool clash here very soon. And then, of course, Battle Beast number 2. I actually got the blind bag ultra rare advanced copy #2, and I never read it. But it's sitting here, so maybe I'll read it a little bit ahead of the release and see what's going on. But yeah, Batman and Robin, Avengers, New Gods, and Battle Beast for sure. Decent row.
Yeah, exactly. I'm right there with you. Same exact books here. I love the cover of Batman and Robin Year One, man. That composite Sam Neill is just like he's a magician when it
Yeah.
comes to artwork. He just does so good. But yeah, every single one of those books and every single thing that you said, except for getting that advanced copy of #2, because if I got that, you would have already seen a review over a 9-panel grid for my weekly comic.
So we're continuing on. Can we could I guess I could technically do like a whole page of like, hey, if you want to jump on board a couple weeks early,
Yeah, totally.
you could do this, or you could follow along right now.
For the
Exclusive
clicks.
content for the clicks. Yeah, make a real clickbaity title for it. What's going on over here for you? A couple books at least.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of them. GI Joe. I've been in and out, and again, it's not a matter of quality. I've enjoyed every single thing I've gotten from the Energon flavored GI Joe. Just one of those books that continually gets put on the fence here, just because I don't have like a big history with the property. But I'll probably dip my toes back in with that. Zatanna. This is either the last issue or the penultimate issue, so I'm definitely going to be along for the ride on that one.
Yeah, it should be narrative, not story. Yeah, if not, when the story concludes, yeah, maybe
Yeah, that sounds like an ending.
we'll see what #6
Okay,
shows.
there we go.
Returns for the final performance. So yeah, penultimate issue.
Penultimate. Okay, so yeah, I'll
Yeah,
definitely be checking that out then. You looking for those prison covers? I saw what you were doing.
I
You're
was
not
looking for
fooling.
more. I was looking for more Zoe covers, honestly.
There we go. All right. Iron Man, sneaky book here. If you're looking for a different version of the Iron Man that we've gotten previously, where he has a drinking problem, where he has to sell his company, did he have to do those things early in the arc? Sure, absolutely. But it has elevated from that point on, and it's become I don't know, a kind of good Marvel book and a kind of good interpretation of Iron Man. So maybe check that out. Not going to change your life yet, but it feels like it could be getting there. Catwoman, I'm not reading, but I believe it's Panosian time for a variant cover. I believe that it is.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Panosian, baby.
Yeah. I want to get back into Catwoman. I just don't know when. So I need to pay attention to these solicitations and see like new arc starting here. You know what I mean? I need to
Mhm.
find that spot. And here's another Panosian right here. So yeah, I mean, cover artist of the year potential for sure going on.
Yeah,
There's a lot of, I mean, Cho's been on a lot of these. I really like his cross hatching styles. He does a lot of these on Instagram and wherever. He
yeah.
has a really cool art style with just like ballpoint pen, you know?
Oh, dude, yeah, it's so good.
Yeah, he's really good. And the main covers have been pretty solid too. Like this is incredible.
It's a character that should be right up my alley because I love crime stories. I'm a big
Yeah.
sucker for like the detective noir stories, and like Catwoman fits so well in that world.
And Forbes is doing a great job lately as well.
Yeah, that's
On
cool.
covers. Like that's definitely a name people should be paying attention to as well. Maybe I'm late to the game, but yeah, Scott Forbes, I think, is doing a hell of a job on a lot of the covers. So
Heck yeah.
yeah, Scott Forbes. Yeah. Yeah. I want to jump in, so I need to pay attention. If you guys know, just let me know when it actually switches over and going on there. Not living up to the deluxe names. What did Simpleton? Simpleton says, yeah, deluxe don't have soda. Well, that's what you're for, man. I'll just buy them. You can take them and Frankenstein it. Shout out to Simpleton on Instagram and other social medias for the most amazing personalized editions that you'll ever see. Incredible work going on over there.
That 20th
Yeah.
century man. Wow, so good.
Yeah. Every time he does something, it's just more and more complicated and it just looks so good.
Yep.
What's loyalty anymore? Nick's cheating. That's wild. Yeah. Panosian time. Bug Wars, Exquisite Corpses. Yeah, it was good. Crush my high expectations. Yeah. Maybe we'll get to those. Well, looks like we will.
There we go.
Right over here. So Psylocke not reading. Bug Wars definitely reading. Good book. It's definitely feeling like an ongoing book. You know, there's a lot of things that happen, but there's also so much world out there that we haven't explored yet. So it could go on forever. It feels like Exquisite Corpses was good. We're going to keep going with it. I think a lot of us are in the same boat. We enjoyed it. We're going to see where it goes, see what the pacing feels like, see what issue 5 feels like, or 3 or 4, and go from there. But that's it for me up here. What about you?
Very much the same. Exquisite Corpses is the absolute only will read, like without a shadow of a doubt. Everything else is very much on the fence. Some of them absolutely not going to happen for sure. Superman Unlimited, the first issue, didn't do anything for me. Dan Slott is very hit and miss for me, so that one I'm probably not going to pick back up on. Bug Wars, from the looks of it, they're going to be taking breaks between arcs, and I don't know how long those breaks are going to be. So I feel like that's maybe going to be something that I trade weight more than likely.
August 13th for number 6.
Yeah. So time will tell on that one. It's fun. It's a fun book, right? But the fun books, unfortunately, are usually the ones that are the most likely to get cut when there's just no room.
Yeah. I just like the team on it, and I think it still needs to find its footing a little bit. It has some emotion behind it, but we're a little bit disconnected from that emotion a little bit, I guess. Like it hasn't really hit again lately. There's something missing in Bug Wars. I don't know what it is, but I really enjoyed the book. I love the art in it. I like the world building. I like the characters. I like the rationale of all the characters and where they are emotionally and like what their goals are. I dig that, but there's something going on in that book. I just can't figure it out, but it's still a book that I look forward to every time.
Yeah, I could totally see that. And I apologize. I was not laughing at your comment here. I was laughing at the Comic Patrol's comment in the chat here. It caught me by surprise. And gosh darn it, you made me look like a jerk.
What? Oh, yeah. Oh, undoubtedly. How about that?
But what if that's the way that they kill each other, right? I mean, we've seen it before. Like there was a Bond villain that definitely had that approach. So who's to say that it couldn't happen in Exquisite Corpses?
Yeah, it's already the blend of at least 2 to 3 other properties. So it might steal that from another property as well. Who knows?
Yeah, totally.
This row up here, Crypto, Last Dog of Krypton, I might check out because it's just, why not, right? It's fun. The movie's coming out. Crypto's hot again. We might check that out depending on what the rest of the week looks like. And then Godzilla Avengers, fool me 4 times. You're not going to fool me again, right? I don't know.
But if the JLA is fighting Godzilla and the Avengers are fighting Godzilla at the same time, is this a multiverse of Godzillas? That's what I really want to know.
And do you care? I don't know. Emma Frost, White Queen. Who's on this? Okay. All right. I'll be skipping that one.
No, you won't. Yeah, I was just say, look at the covers. You'll find something. You'll find
Greg. I mean, like, this is how you know a book is good. I've said it before. I was like, a book is good when it's got like the usual suspects on the cover art for female characters. It's missing a few of the most common ones. I don't see a Art Germ one.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, how do you sell a new number one? You put her in lingerie and you put the usual suspects on the covers. Yeah. Crypto's hot again. Sounds like a red carpet. So hot. They need to do that slow motion zoom in pan cam,
Yeah.
What about you up here?
Dude, absolutely nothing.
Okay. Cool. All right, good. Thanks. Appreciate it. Are we all ready to the slow crawl? Fanfare number 2. Oh, you're reading Phantom Road.
Phantom Road is awesome. Not enough people are reading that. If you liked the X-Files back in the day, if you like not necessarily conspiracy theory, because it doesn't dive too deep into other ideas, go read Department of Truth if you want that kind of stuff. But this is very specifically like an X-Files case of the week stretched out over a long arc. That's what you're getting in this. It's really cool stuff that you're getting to deal with.
Cool.
Yeah.
You're not reading Jeff?
Who's Jeff? Never heard of that character before.
He's the land shark.
Oh my gosh.
My good sir. How dare you? First off, yeah, sometimes reading.
Hey.
There's a second guy that's reading Phantom Road.
There are dozens of us.
See, I'm with you, Patrol. It's lacking one thing.
I don't know if I want Gabriel Walta rendering that. I'm just
like zombie, especially in his.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Spider-Verse, Venomverse number 2. No, not reading that one. Fanfare number 2. I think I didn't number 1. I thought number 1 was coming out or came out. I can't remember. Oh, we had the free comic book day, I think.
Yeah, and that's the Mark Waid written Fantastic Four.
No, this one. What?
Oh,
Hickman.
is it a new...
Oh, this is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a new creative team that takes over and
Right.
tells a little story. Gotcha.
Yeah. 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 Because I think the previous one was Alan Davis. Yeah. And Mark Wade. Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Up here, not reading any of these either. Bring on the Bad Guys Doom. There's gonna be a bunch of that banner going around here very soon.
Yeah.
Mark Spears, I don't know how he keeps doing it, but I'm assuming he's on this one as well. Deadly Tales Gunslinger Spawn, just based on the colors and style. He's got 4 covers a week, it seems like.
I don't know how he does that. That's insane.
Epitaphs, not reading it. Rat City, not reading it. We might be getting into a slow crawl territory here.
We are firmly in the slow crawl.
Okay, let's do it then. Vatican City, Afra, Flash Gordon, maybe?
Yeah, see, Flash Gordon again, Jeremy Adams. I want to read that book more than I am, but I just can't seem to get on a consistent, pattern with it.
Yeah. Afra fans will be interested in a new Chaos Agent #1, I'm sure.
Yep.
Vampirilla, sorry, have to do it. Let's see. Nope. Okay, we're good. All right.
Dude, the speed in which you scroll through that and can identify a person cover is like it's insane.
Usagi's out with 10,000 Plums #4. Usagi's always fun. It's just something that I kind of stopped obsessing over a little bit. Gwenpool's on Contemporary Comics poll list. Kelly Thompson, West Coast Avengers.
Did you like Gwenpool or did you like Kelly Thompson though? I think that's the question.
Difference.
Yeah, I would follow Kelly Thompson. I don't know if I would follow that character though.
Right. Yeah, nothing up here for me.
Los Monsteros, I've heard good things about though. I did not read issue #1, but
oh right,
the other reviews out there been super solid. So I might dive in and play catch up. It's only one issue, so why not?
Okay, I was like, is that another Spears cover? It looked a little different. I'm like, no, it's not. Okay, like, dude, slow down. You're burning the candle at both ends, brother. Mega Man X Timelines, maybe. Vanishing Point #2 for sure.
Yep,
and that's pretty much it.
Youngblood Deluxe. Do they sell those in comic shops? I thought that Rob Liefeld is only selling those on his whatnot.
Well, comic shops don't know how to order comics.
Oh, that's right. That's how it is.
That's why you haven't seen them yet.
That's what it was. Got it. Yeah.
Zdarsky News. That's gonna be fun.
Always.
Nothing else up here though.
Yeah, same old stuff.
Okay. Running down. No. Pee pee poo poo. Eisner nomination probably.
Number 100,000 though. That's going to be a collector's item.
It was number 69 like a year ago. How did they get to? Are they doing it daily? Is that a daily book?
That's the consistency that Silver Sprockets brings to properties like Pee Pee Poo Poo.
And that's what gets the attention of Eisner.
Yes.
Of the Eisner nomination voters. Cobra number 50. Is this the last issue?
I believe that is the culmination of all things that are Cobra.
Nice.
So shout out to Michelle Fife.
Absolutely. Going over to see him in Heroes again.
Yep.
To get that volume 2 so I can keep rolling with it. Rick Veitch. That's going to be interesting. Comic Creator number 38. I tried to order these. I think they're through Diamond. Wasn't able to get a hold of them in the past, but it'd be cool to get that one.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, there's your Harley variants. Okay, I think we can go ahead and go to the next one. If you want to see the rest of that week, we'll do Nick at Night After Hours. After dark. Ultimate Spider-Man number 18. Digging it. Love the revelations as of late. Cannot wait to see what that means in this broader universe. There's so many things that are open still in this universe. Like what's the Kingpin doing? You know what I mean? What's the paper? How is that going to evolve over time? Now we have the Mysterio clan. How is that going to work in things? How is Ultimate Spider-Man tying into Ultimates, if at all? Because we don't really see Spider-Man the Ultimates, even in some of the flashback stuff.
Yeah.
Is Harry going to turn heel? Probably.
I think that's a pretty safe bet that, exactly. Not to give things away, but like the fact that this book is still able to surprise us and still do things that really like shock us when we know we have like the inline of like all the things that we can anticipate happening. Like kudos to them, man. This is that. They're doing great stuff there.
Yeah. They have like 6 different threads going on at once. And I don't know where we are with most of them, like what the future is for any of them.
Yeah, I'm ready to have another Ben J. Jonah centric issue. I just want to see those old men go get a cup of coffee, grab a sandwich, bitch about
and,
things. I'm ready for
and
that again.
and somehow it's still entertaining the whole
Yeah,
time.
it is.
Give Kaketo a break for an issue, and so we can just do that. Absolute Wonder Woman issue number 9 and Absolute Manhunter issue number 4, 2 of the best books out.
Yep.
So really glad that those are coming out. Superman 27. I don't know. Maybe I'll probably read it, but
These last couple of issues have bummed me out, man. But
I
once
know.
Dan Mora is back on, I really loved what they were doing with oh my god, Doomsday. But yeah, recently it's been like, ooh, I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah,
and see Dan Mora's still not on it yet. So
right.
yeah, we'll see. Hopefully they're saving him up for something really cool. But now that Lois is depowered, you can only imagine that the person that has those powers now is probably going to be coming back in a big bad way.
Right. Yeah, we'll see about that one, but I agree. Anything else?
Nope, those are the four, but those are like four that I'm really, really looking forward to.
3 great ones, 1 maybe, and 1 no. Got it.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, kick us off here. What's up?
Let's see. Dang, man. Okay, you're leaving me with the dredges already in row number 2. Green Arrow, though. Should be the kickoff to our next arc that Chris Condon is doing. The Freshwater Killers storyline has been completed now. So I'm ready. And we still got Montos on art. Montos has done the art for every single issue so far on this without taking a break. Interior art is fantastic. Storyline is fantastic. Covers, as you can tell here, are fantastic. If you're not reading Green Arrow, again, similar to Aquaman, doesn't have the biggest fan base, but maybe it should.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But that is absolutely it.
Unlimited, I'll read just because of the tie-in potential, but we're still wrapping up. Like these books are out of sync. Like New Gods and Unlimited are out of sync right now, and I'm waiting for that to catch up. Can both books coexist? I don't know. They can if they don't sync up, right? But that wouldn't make any sense. So
yeah,
I'll read this to kind of see if they can wrap things up and get to where New Gods is. Fantastic Four, I'm not reading. Miles, I'm not reading. Green Arrow, I'm not reading. Green Lantern, I'm not reading. So
yeah.
there you
JLU just bummed me out, man. I felt like that book was so all over the place from the jump that it
Oh,
didn't
really?
be anything to resonate with, any heartbeat to kind of follow.
Well, I didn't enjoy the premise to begin with. It's like everyone's a Justice League member now. Everyone's going to go to the Watchtower. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. Here's your special card. And they had like a mole that they kind of planted as well. And we saw what that was about a couple
Do you have your
issues
special
ago.
card though? Are you able to get on the Watchtower?
No, but I do have my superhero membership card, which is probably it gives me just as much access.
Superhero right here. This.
Yeah. I do have my superhero membership card. So I think I have higher clearance than most when it comes to the Watchtower.
That is true. That is true.
Void Rivals number 20. We kind of took a break on number 19. Not that it wasn't fun, but it wasn't like pushing the plot forward like the last few issues of Void Rivals has done for the Energon universe in general. But it was still a cool issue. Guest artist, I think, on that. And we'll see where that one goes. I think based on the cover, which the covers never lie, we're going to get back into the swing of things here very soon.
Yeah.
So there's that, and that's it for me up here.
I have one issue as well. Different issue though. Department of Truth. Okay, you got your hooks in me for one book, Tynan, and I've been around here for almost the entirety of it. Took a little bit of break after that Bigfoot run, but so far it's been really good. Martin Simmons is back on the book. We're starting to push the plot forward. Yeah, I'm kind of digging it. Did the last issue totally make sense to me? No, not really. But also, it's a book about conspiracy theories where ideas can culminate into reality. So, probably shouldn't make sense.
That's good. There you go. James is in the house. Good morning, James.
Hey.
Thanks for coming in. Appreciate that. Simpleton reads everything you tell him to read. So there you go.
Okay. Well,
looks like you're owed some form of compensation from these publishers, from getting one more.
Exactly. Are y'all listening? Take note. Clip this.
Bobby Delgado's in the house. What's up? Enjoying your coffee, I hope. Thank you for coming in, sir. Good seeing you in here as always. And Contemporary says he's sticking with Department of Truth.
It's good.
Yeah,
it's good.
That's cool. I heard it's better. It's just I haven't jumped back into it. I'm afraid to jump into it now because God knows what I missed.
Oh,
the last 10 issues.
It took a lot of catch up, to be honest. Yeah. So
yeah, I bet. I think I fell off in the early 20s, so I'm at least 10 issues behind. So
Yeesh.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm like, ugh. It either will matter a lot or not at all. That's
Well,
kind of how that goes.
you could either read 10 issues of Department of Truth or 1 issue of Free Planet, so make your choice.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah, they're just that's about equal work right there.
Yeah.
So Predator Spider-Man #3, I dig the book a lot. I think a lot of cool things are going to happen in #3. I think we're going to get our realization of what's going on in beginning of the confrontation in here, especially with Craven, and whatnot. So I like the idea of this book. The artwork's pretty is okay as well. It's very gory, way more gory than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, I like it. It's
The
cool.
love that book is getting is equally confusing and joyful. I don't know. It makes me happy that people are digging this book, but it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. Like, this property should not work. I rolled my eyes so hard when this hit solicits that I'm pretty sure I sprained my eyelid. These characters shouldn't work together.
Well, I mean, there's already 2 or 3 Batman versus Predator books. There's a couple Aliens versus like Superman with Batman and everybody else books out there. So like, whenever Marvel took over the property, you're going to be getting this.
That's
You
true.
knew that was coming.
Yep.
So I think Spider-Man versus Predator is the worst part, but Craven versus Predator is the best part. I could care less about the Spider-Man part, but now that Craven's in the book, I'm all for it.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing else up here for me.
Yep, moving along. Here we go.
What a bad row. Okay, so yeah, no. Spider-Man versus Wolverine. Oh, you kick us off, man. You kick us off because you got some books here.
Yeah, Spider-Man Wolverine #2. I had a ton of fun with the first issue on that one. Again, it's like, if you're gonna have a better experience if you're like a 90s kid, and you grew up with some of the silly story arcs that happened at that time frame, particularly the fact that Peter Parker's parents were secret agents for working for SHIELD. If you have that history, you're gonna have probably a better time with this. But if you don't, Kari Andrews is on artwork, and that's all you really need. So just look at the pretty pictures.
Yeah.
Started Crisis events. Who knows what we are going to get with this? All I can probably guarantee you is that you're going to have a heck of a time with it. Each issue has been a little bit different, hit you in a little bit different feels. Each one has been uniquely great, though. So I'm looking
look at
forward
this.
to that.
I've aged 60 years in 6 days. Life is rapidly passing me by, and I can't stop it. Mind and body are breaking down. Not sure how much time I have left. It's a race against time, and I'm losing. Can you please help me? Please, time is running out. Oh, God.
Did you call the number? Can we call that number live right here, right now on stream?
No area code.
Just, we'll go down the row. 111-555, 112-555.
Somebody crunch the numbers real quick.
Yeah.
What is that? Like 333 to the power of 333 or something. I don't know. And then we got a cool Chris Berner, I think, cover on this one. It's very.
Oh, nice. Ooh, that gives a totally different tone.
Yeah, for sure. That looks great. What is this book?
As does that. What?
It's 3 completely different. We get like Old Man, Constantine, and then we get some Aztec thing, and then we get some like Gotham dude smoking a cigarette.
Well, like we said, you don't know what you're going to get, but it will be good.
What else up here, bub?
Hyde Street, I'm going to check it out. The last issue really left me feeling a little bit like, is this a book I can maybe possibly drop, though? And that's a bummer.
Really? Did you like the other ones, though? Or was it just that one? Yeah, I mean, one issue. That issue was a guest artist with a fill-in issue. That's what it was.
Totally. Yeah. It was, without a shadow of a doubt. Like, and that's the thing, though. The narrative was a filler. Like, if it's a fill-in artist, like, I can live with that. That's fine. Especially if the artwork is good.
That's true. Yeah,
when the narrative of the story leaves you like, well, what happened? What was the purpose of this? That's a bummer.
The purpose was Frankie getting his Jack Sparrow compass so he can find the monster that we got introduced to 3 issues ago.
Okay. All right.
What else?
Nothing. Not a single. Well, new history of the DC universe, maybe, possibly. That's one of those books that I feel like it could be totally skippable or totally fantastic. It really depends, because we get the history of these universes over and over and over. But when done well, it could be something that's really great. Mark Waid and Javier Rodriguez did the history of the Marvel universe previously, and I think that was very successful.
I saw Samney on the cover, and I was like, "Wait, is he doing interiors?" And he's not.
Oh, yeah, no, that's Good artists on there for sure, Todd Knock and Jerry Ordway, but
Mhm.
you know, is it Samney?
I don't know why they I mean, like, it needs to be a composition, or it needs to be, like, a group photo. I don't know why, like, this is an amazing art germ, but
But
it doesn't need to be on this book, you know?
yeah. Well, they
Like,
do that all the
that's
time though. Like they have like at Marvel, I think that they're more known for this, but they have like, oh, it's Ben Grimm month. So like every cover of every
yeah,
book has Ben Grimm and it doesn't make any sense.
like, this is what it should be, just different variations of this, in my
Yes.
opinion. That's kinda crazy. Even that's really cool. I like that a lot too.
Yeah, that's
Anyway.
cool.
Yeah, I agree. Spider-Man, Wolverine, Assorted Crisis, Hyde Street for sure. I might check out New History, and I'm skipping Spider-Boy.
Hmm.
So that's basically that. Decent row up there for sure, especially with Assorted Crisis events. That's one of our favorite books out right now.
Oh yeah.
But over here, I'm not reading any of these. Damn.
Um, I should start reading Feral just to shame Robbie and be like, I'm reading Feral. How are
You should
you?
read.
Yeah, how are you doing on Power Fantasy? I'm kind of
That's
curious
funny.
because I'm reading Feral.
Yeah. Contemporary likes Green Lantern Dark. It's Elseworld, which is weird. There you go.
And it's a different Green Lantern than what we've gotten isn't it Jessica Cruz as the Green Lantern on that? If I'm not mistaken, I could be. That solicit ain't telling me
Um,
much.
you couldn't tell by Del Dier's art, but well, maybe Scott can help us out. It doesn't even
Yeah.
look like Jessica Cruz, so I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Let us know. Who is the Green Lantern in this book?
Hmm. I don't know. Looks
Yeah.
kind of trippy though. Looks like something that might be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, nothing else up for me though.
Yep. Same.
I feel the same way about Feral though. I feel like I need to go back and read that one. I think I fell off just like kind of unfairly in a way. But
Hmm.
Minor Arcana, this was a book that I was dying to read, but boom, had some issues with Dynamite. I fell off around issue 4 to 5. 6 and 7 have already come out. I'm behind on it. It's a Lemire written and drawn book. I want to go back and read it. I liked it enough. It didn't hit me like his other work, but it was still good. And I feel like I'm 2 or 3 issues behind now, and you know how that goes.
Yeah. Funny enough, Lemire is actually not the artist on the latest issue that just came out this last
Oh, is
week.
that right?
Yeah, but I gotta say, the artwork was like really good. It
Hmm.
was if you take Jeff Lemire and you say, "Hey, we'll clean it up a little bit, make this nice, make this a little bit more precise," that's what you
Yeah.
get. I was very pleasantly surprised. It was a really good issue too.
Cool. Yeah, I'm anxious to get back into that world. I was just digging it, and then the diamond stuff happened. So
Yeah,
I can't believe Undiscovered Country is still going.
I was just
Yeah.
thinking the same thing. I saw that. I'm like, is that still a book? Oh my
Yeah, I know.
god.
Yeah. It's gonna be perpetually delayed, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, who knows? All right. Ooh, okay.
There we
So
go.
we're taking everyone down with this issue number 4. It's been a great book. I feel like I'm seeing more people talk about it in the last week now. I've seen some posts, I think, from Image directly. I've seen some, people talking about it. I love that because it's one of my favorite books out right now. And I think, what is it? I think Stu just caught up with it the other day, and he's in love with it now. I think you're
Hmm.
caught up on it and you're
Oh,
enjoying it.
so good.
It is really, really good. And then I'll let you speak more to that here in a sec. And then Rockefellers issue number 6. I'm going to keep reading it just because eventually they're going to tell us who the villain is, and we're not going to do like a slice of life Johnny Quest kind of a story.
I thought you were gonna
And
tell me eventually they're gonna lead up to him meeting with Red Coat and then the
they're
Northerner,
going
and
to
I'm
read
like,
in the red
"Ah."
coat. I don't care what you guys say. It's part of the unnamed universe. I don't. It's got to be. I don't care what you say. It's got the Ghost Machine banner on it. I'm dying on that hill. Yeah. Northerner is part of this organization, whether you like it or not. Yeah.
Uh, yeah,
How about
dude.
you?
If you know League, if you use League of Comic Geeks, you know that the default setting on this is that it gives the most pulled issues down and it moves down, right? We've scrolled quite a ways for we're taking us down with us. So next
That's
month, your
true.
homework assignment, pick up this book because this one should be way higher up on that list.
Yeah.
Issue
It should
three.
be row 2, row 1, row 2 for sure.
Yes, absolutely. We talk about it a lot. Issue 3 should deliver the hook. It should deliver the reason that you are going to be reading this book. And good Lord, did this
It did.
issue 3 deliver
Yeah.
on that premise in a great way. So yeah, I'm in for the ride.
for sure. It looks quirky, guys. I get that, but like it is well worth it. Well
Yeah.
worth it. There's so many layers to this book, and it's funny, it's action, it's adventure, a lot of mystery still. It's a good book. The pacing
Yeah.
is good. It gives you just enough information to draw conclusions, but it doesn't completely spell it out for you in issue 3. But you can definitely draw some conclusions from it. It's
Mhm.
really cool. It could still go in a couple different directions, which I like.
Really great natural dialogue as well between the
Yeah,
characters. Yeah,
yeah.
makes it totally
Oh, yeah.
believable in this unbelievable world.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like a show don't tell kind of a book for sure. There's no overlapping narration that's breaking things down. It's all handled very naturally. It's a
Yep.
great book. What about this row here? I think there's a few books, right? Or maybe a
Ooh,
couple.
yeah. Yeah, totally. We got the season's number 5, so we get to find out hopefully what's happening to our summer sister now that she's kind of been, I don't know, brought into the to the circus that has all these ominous things that maybe possibly probably are going to be happening there. So be on the lookout for
Mhm.
that. Paul Azaceda's artwork on there. So good. Wolverine and Kitty Pride. I'm not reading in a way that I'm reviewing, but I am reading it. It's Claremont. It's an X-Men property. I had history at that time frame, so I'm going to be checking that out here. Don't know if I'm going to be talking about it though.
Yeah.
Ultra Mega, the weirdest, wildest, wacky book. I could not tell you what is happening in that storyline, but it doesn't matter because James Herron's artwork is stupendous. It's something that is worth the wait because I know that there's been some gaps between issues here, but definitely make sure that you check that out.
Yeah.
Savage Sword. Like, I don't even know who the creative team is going to be on this. It's an
Yeah, I was gonna
anthology.
look at it.
Yeah. Ooh, this okay.
Patrick Researcher. Yeah.
Whoa, and we got a Neil Adams cover. What?
Neil Adams cover. Crazy.
Yeah. Okay, I'll take that. So he must have had that in the banks then before, before he passed away. So
Right. Yeah, cool.
interesting. Okay, Patrick Zurcher, he's been a highlight of every single issue in the past, so it only makes sense that he gets a little bit of a spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with most seasons. I'm always interested in. I had a comment before saying that they couldn't stand Paul's artwork, and I'm like, my answer to that, or my comment, my feedback to that is, how long have you been reading comics? And if it's not a long time, you'll get there.
Great. Yeah, great way to say it. Yeah, because
the more you experience and the more you read, the more you start appreciating those weirder niches, right? So I think he's definitely an artist that you might not resonate with at first, or it depends on what you've read in the past, but as you branch out and read more indie stuff, I think you'll learn to appreciate it over time.
Yeah, there was a time as a kid where I hated Jack Kirby's artwork.
Yeah,
I can admit that.
Most creators don't like Kirby's work at first. There's a whole documentary out there talking about that, from people like Alex Ross all the way to JR and all these people, Stephen Root and everybody. Like, they were all talking about, like, this isn't that great. And then and even Jim Lee, and they were like, wait a minute, there's some nuance here that we're forgetting about.
Yep.
And they learned over time, like, oh wait, this is actually brilliant.
Yeah, exactly.
So The Mummy is a book I'm very interested in. I didn't read number 3 yet, but I'm going to be catching up on this book because it came out last week and I didn't have any time. But I like the perspective of the book. So that's going to be cool.
Let me ask you this. Does the artwork fit the tone of the story that's being...
It does.
It does? Okay. No, that's good then.
It does because, and I don't mean this in a bad way, it's featuring Helen. So it's from her perspective. And so it's a little bit more, I don't know if it's a little bit more dramatic. It's a little bit more whimsical in a way. Like, it's not a horror book. It's got the Mummy vibes to it, but it's a lighter book. So I think the tone fits it. Maybe, but
maybe. Okay.
it is not a Dracula. It is not a Frankenstein. It doesn't have that horror vibe to it.
Okay.
It's lighter for sure. So in that sense, I think the artwork does a pretty good job.
Cool.
So yeah, and then Conan, of course. So there's those.
All right.
I'll continue this, basically only one, and it's this new writer. He doesn't have anything else out. Chris Condon.
Who's that guy?
Yeah. And then Jonathan Taylor Thomas. I mean, Jeffrey Allen Love is on this one. News from the Fallout issue number 1. No skulls, Stu. No skulls down below. So I don't know what you're going to do about that.
But you open up the front cover and it's just a huge skull on the inside of it.
It better be a huge skull on the inside, I swear to God. Jeffrey Allen Love, a creator that we met last year at HeroesCon on Father's Day. Really, really cool dude. Got his sketchbook, or I think it's a sketchbook. Yeah, or maybe it wasn't a sketchbook. I think it was like a
No,
volume or something.
Notes from the Shadowed City, I think is the book,
Right.
or the title of the
Yeah.
book. Yeah, so it's really good stuff. I read it in the airport on the way back. It's awesome.
Definitely a creator that is, very easy to distinguish from others, and he's doing a lot of great work. I think he's back, isn't he? I think he's coming back
He
to
is.
Heroes. Yeah, maybe, yes. So,
Yes, I saw the piece that he's going to be putting in the art auction for Heroes
oh,
as
no
well,
kidding.
which is
Okay.
so good. I can't wait. I can't wait for all the Heroes stuff, everything that comes along with it.
Yeah. Other than that, nothing else up here for me.
Um, Almost the same. News from the Fallout, definitely going to be checking that out. The hype for that book is real. They're doing really cool stuff with it. If you remember back in like the early 2000s, this was a big thing, but they had those, like, when there was releases, there was events. Like Lost did a good job at this, like creating websites and secret links, and like you
Yeah,
had to
yeah,
kind
yeah.
of follow the path and unravel mysteries. They're doing kind of sort of something similar to that as well. So check out like Chris Condon's socials, check out Jeffrey Allen Love's socials. They have links to that website. You can start looking into some of the things that they're doing in the background of this. The biggest example I can give is when 9 Inch Nails released their Year Zero album. They had all kinds of different websites that you had to like unravel these mysteries, and like it was not an easy task by any means. And it feels like they're doing that same thing.
Yeah.
You'll Do Bad Things. I missed the last issue, so I got to play catch up. I feel like I've enjoyed that more so than what I've heard from the greater comic book reviewing and reading community. I want to pick back up and see where they're going with it. The artwork is great. I really love the art and the colors in it, but
Yeah.
storyline, we'll have to see. I got to play catch up.
Yeah. 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 Good call there. Bobby DeLegato is having breakfast with mom right now because everyone at Hardcore Station.
Oh, well, tell her we say hi.
Yeah, what's up? Hope you have a good morning. Enjoy your breakfast. We're going to be wrapping up this week here very, very shortly. I don't see anything up here that I'm interested in. State of the Woods should be something I'm getting, but I'm not too familiar with the team. So depending on if it's around and what the week looks like, I don't know. But
Yep.
nothing really else up here.
Yeah, game time decision on that one. Same thing. So
Yeah.
Time will tell.
Yeah. Out of Alcatraz number 4, I couldn't get, for some reason, well, I don't know. Number 2 did hit my shop, but I just forgot to pick it up, I guess. And then I don't remember number 3 coming out. And then here's number 4 already being solicited. So
Yep.
that was a miss on my part. But other than that, I think we already saw Mega Man. I'm not sure if that's another book or the same one twice. I'm not entirely sure, but nothing else up here.
Yeah, I think it was Mega Man X that we saw previously. This is
That's
Mega
true.
Man
Yeah, yeah.
proper. So yeah. Yeah, same thing. And in fact, same issue too, out of Alcatraz. I think this is going to be a victim of tariff news, because I know my shop, as soon as the news hit that tariffs were going to be implemented, he basically pulled back on every single thing he was ordering, except for new number ones and if it's on your pull list. And this wasn't on my pull list. It was always a game time decision book. So
Yeah.
I missed out, and now maybe I play catch up. I don't know. Time will tell. And then Bitterroot. I kick myself every time I see Bitterroot that I have not read anything of it, because I really want to. I've heard fantastic things, and
Yeah,
it's Sanford Green. Like, it should be outstanding.
for sure. Comet Patrol pre-ordered Fire and Ice number 3 years ago, or Fire and Ice 3 years ago. Yeah. What was is there a timeline here? Oh God.
Well, I can't wait to see your unboxing review, your haul review 5 years from now.
August 23, December 23, September 24, June 25, July 25. Holy crap.
Oh, hopefully
Yeah,
that's
you were
dry
kidding,
ice that they're
dude.
keeping it on. Keep it fresh.
Dry ice for sure. Man, that's insane. All right, what about this? Nothing up here for me either.
Oh boy.
Man,
I'm gonna give Pale Knight another shot. I was really hyped for issue number 1.
Hell Knight. I don't even recognize that book.
Yeah,
Oh,
Peter
Peter
Milligan.
Milligan.
Yeah.
Mm.
Spoilers. Man, issue 1 was rough. It was pretty rough. So we shall see where that's gonna go. I don't know.
No variant covers. That's why.
That
If it
that
had
could be,
40,
yeah.
if it had 40 variants, it would have sold.
Exactly. Yeah. So I'll give it another issue. I gotta see where they go with it. But if you take 31 out of like 32 pages to get to the premise of the book, you might not be doing it right.
Yeah. Okay. Keep going. I think we're getting towards the bottom. Although Lazarus Fallen number 1, I think I ordered that book, or at least I'm interested in it. I was going to read Sleep number 1. It fell out of my rotation that week. but nothing else. But Lazarus Fallen,
It's Greg
Greg
Rucka.
Rucka was on it. Yeah. So I think I pre-ordered this book. I can't remember. Hopefully there's going to be a copy around, or I can get my hands on something. So yeah, that might be one I'll be checking out as a new #1 from Image.
Yeah. I think that's a safe bet.
Yeah, probably. You just got to get Archerm or Sway or somebody on that one, and then we would have been good.
Yeah, easy peasy.
Anything down here?
Blood Squad 7, I've fallen off on that. Still reading it, but I'm not up to date on it. I'll check that one out. God, Moonshine Bigfoot. I just feel like, I feel like I've heard enough about it, but it's just not quite as good as other books out there, like Rum Running Sasquatch. I feel like that is more nuanced. I feel like it gives a better take on the character. And I think it's more historically accurate to the cryptid knowledge that we had there. So I don't know. I just feel like this is the lesser of the two books.
Yeah. Shout out to Greg. Defenders of Earth. Yeah, I'm not reading anything up here, actually.
Yeah.
Man. Okay. Yeah, we might be coming down to a slow crawl thing. Biker Mice from Mars, #1. I was never into Biker Mice, but I know there's a lot of guys out there that are probably drooling over their figures right now when they see a new #1 coming out. So
Biker Mice is okay, but shout outs to the fact that the Street Sharks finally have an ongoing comic book that's going to be coming out, because Street Sharks totally trump the Biker Mice from Mars. They're the way better, superhero team. So I'll take that.
Wow. Yeah, for sure. What else? Star Wars.
Not a whole heck of a lot. Yeah.
Man.
Well, hey, at the end of the day, at least this goes to show that League definitely does do it right with the way that they kind of compile these. For the most part, there's outliers here or there, but we get closer to the bottom and it gets closer to us going, yeah, I got nothing here.
I do have an early copy of Planetary Expansion, so I'll be adding that one to my list. So if you haven't yet, you can check those ones out. You can order Critical Entertainment through Lunar, so you can check those out. Yeah, we have issue #6 coming out very soon. They also have a bunch of other books out right now as well. You can check out, what is this? Transcend the Apocalypse has been pre-ordered. Nice.
Talk about the After Dark stuff, man.
Reading Huge Detective. Yeah, there you go.
Oh my gosh.
nothing like brevity. Yeah, that's good. All right, there might be a gem here and there. Let's see here. From Floating World, we have Magic Lantern issue #1. That always looks good. Giant bug guy shooting up in front of a Jesus statue. That looks like it might be fun.
Yeah, who can't relate to that?
Yeah. It's right before the show. Tomorrow Girl #13. Nope. Oh, Death of Power #7. The book
it's
that my wife
weird when those get solicited here, but we know we don't actually get them around that. It's close. He's actually really good about getting his Kickstarters out in a timely manner.
Things out, man. Yeah, it's like every 3 months we get a new one. It feels like. Yeah, that's crazy. Kurt Burdick, you can follow him on Instagram. Death of Power. It's usually a Kickstarter, if I'm not mistaken. You can check that out and you can get them in. We have 6 issues out right now. It's the book my wife wishes I did not have in my collection.
Yeah, totally family friendly. Let your grandma read it. She's gonna love it. Yeah.
It's so bad that I have a CGC sealed rejection letter for #1 for explicit content. So I have multiple copies of #1, and one is a sealed rejection from CGC.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. I'm trying to see if there's anything else coming out. I don't think there is. And then we got a bunch of no missing cover ones so far.
Yep.
Well, cool, dude. Let me look at the comments real quick again, see if there's anything else that was popping up. I appreciate everyone hanging out. Eric, I appreciate you hanging out with me this morning, talking about some books. It always goes long because we always have a lot to say.
Yeah, we were at the hour mark, and I was just thinking to myself, oh yeah, we're gonna wrap this up pretty soon, and then now it's an hour 44. So
yeah. I need more coffee. We need some family time, so we're gonna be bouncing out of here pretty soon. Eric, what do you got coming up, man?
Today, my comic book reviews have dropped here, so check out 9-Panel Grid for On the Pull List, going over my thoughts on all these books. You got little sprinkles of them just looking at the new issues that are going to be coming out today, but make sure to check that out. Tuesday morning, 8 o'clock Eastern, check out the cover story where I go over all the news items, all the stuff that I talked about on, at the jump here on the video. Most importantly, though, check out every single Wednesday night between 9-Panel Grid and Dr. Doom's Fan Club, Ink and Insights, where we go over honestly, a whole slew of things at this point. You know, the show has kind of morphed into something cooler, I think, than what it maybe was previously, because we go over a lot of fun stuff here. So can't tell you
Yeah.
what it's going to be yet, but that should entice you to come by and check out what it's going to be anyway.
Yeah.
On top of that, patreon.com/Ink and Insights, where you get all of the previews for that show that I just spoke about, plus our quarterly newsletter, which is a ton of fun to put together and something just
Yeah,
bold and different than what you see on the YouTubes here. So check us
for
out.
sure. Yeah, man. I appreciate you popping in. As always, yeah, the newsletter has been really, really fun. So a lot of hard work. And Eric's kind of like our designer on that whole thing. And Stu and I just kind of come up with some content here and there and try to figure it out. So big shout out to Eric for helping put all that together. We'd like to make it in print form sometime. We have to figure that out. We have a lot of good tips from some of the creators and things like that we've talked to in the past. So hopefully we can make that a thing in the near future. And of course, we'll be at Heroes Con as well. So if you're at Heroes, hit us up. Let us know you're going to be there. We'll be over at the Westin chilling for the after hours events and at the bar and stuff like that. So make sure to hit us up if you're going over to Heroes Con this year over in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're really looking forward to that. It's like 3 weeks away, and I can't believe it.
I know.
Or,
I know.
it's
We've
gonna
been
be
looking forward to it for like 340-ish days. So
exactly. Yeah. Anyways, guys, we really do appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you guys next